Hi Yogi, welcome to my channel. My name is Alina and today we have a 15-minute class that was designed as a warm-up flow. This is something I like to do before a workout or just on the days where I don't have a lot of time and I want to move my body. I'm sure you will enjoy it. I'm not using any props, but if you want some, grab them as always. And before we start the practice, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below. You know what to do, and I'll see you on the mat in just a few moments. We're going to start this practice in child's pose, and I'm going to give you a choice if you want knees together, if you want your knees apart, whatever feels better for you today. Just find your space, find your pose on the mat, and then once you arrive there, take a couple of moments to disconnect. Disconnect from the craziness of the outside world. Just bring all your awareness, all your attention inwards. And start deepening the breath. Notice your breath. Nice deep inhales matching long, long exhales. We're starting to send the air up and down the back of the throat. I want you to really tune in. The breath is something that always helps me become very present, very aware. And this is exactly what we want for this practice. So really take your time with it. Never rush the breath. And when you feel ready with your next inhale, we're going to walk the hands over to the right. Stretching the left side body, taking a couple of moments here. If you want to activate the pose, not stopping, you can either reach the arms super far to the right, or you can start pushing with your right hand and almost dragging the left hand back. That's one of my favorite things to do. The hands are not actually moving, just the intention is what we're looking for. And if you want to keep it passive, by the way, also totally cool. You can just drop the forearms down, fine with me. Another breath here before we match at the sides. And the next inhale, you're walking the hands back to center and moving them over to the other side. Same exact thing. Try to match. Not in terms of the sensations. The sensations might be different, but I want you to keep the same intention. If you were activating before, do that here as well. This time, if you're doing my favorite variation, then you're pushing through your left hand and almost dragging the right hand back. And maybe you're just reaching super far to the left, that also works, or maybe you're keeping it passive. Every day we need something different, so embrace whatever you need. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. The next inhale brings you back to center. Take a couple of more moments to set up an intention for this practice. If you have a workout after, if there's something happening afterwards that needs an intention setting, do that now. And then once you've figured out your why for being on the mat today, that's when we're going to start walking the hands super far forward. Now is when we're all lifting the elbows off the ground. Reach as far as you can without bringing the shoulders too close to your ears. You can draw the shoulder blades down the back. Then when you feel like you cannot go any further, inhale, lift yourself up, coming into your tabletop. We're going to adjust the hands under the shoulders. The knees are coming underneath your hips. Take a moment here. And then with me, inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. Exhale, push away from the ground and puff up your spine. I want you to really articulate your spine here as much as possible. Let's do it again. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. And exhale, round and curl. Last one, you're going to inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, push away from the ground. Hold it for a second longer than before. And with your next inhale, you're going to come back to your neutral tabletop. We're going to bring the knees together, tuck the toes under, and sit back on your heels. Make sure that all 10 toes are getting some action. Those pinky ones are usually getting left out, so make sure that's not the case today. And then bring the arms out in front of you once you're in this toe stretch. Right arm on top of your left. Palms are coming together. Interlace the fingers and move the wrist side to side. Shoulder blades gliding down the back as you're doing this. And then if you need a bit more for your forearms, you're going to thread the palms through and try and straighten the elbows. They might not go straight, that's okay. Again, you're just exploring, you're getting to know your body. And we're staying on the toes, we're going to release the arms for now, shake it out. And we have to match the sides, kind of bring the arms out in front of you, bring the left on top of right this time. Palms together, interlace the fingers and move the wrists. Again, shoulders away from the ears, nothing has changed there. The neck is nice and long. And then if you want, you can start threading the palms through. You can bend and straighten the elbows a couple of times. If the arms do not go all the way straight, that's okay. Also, the sides can be different. So this one is much tighter for me, but that's okay. You're going to let it go. Shake it out. And we're going to lean forward, tap out the tops of the feet, let go of that stretch. And when you feel ready, you're going to keep the tops of the feet down on the floor, roll the heels in towards one another, and sit back on your heels. When you sit back on the heels, make sure the heels are not rolling out. They'll try to, I can almost guarantee that, but you're rolling them in to get into your shins, into your ankles, and then dial the fingertips back, connect the palms to the floor. If you need a bit more out of this stretch, you're going to start micro-bending the elbows. Tiny micro-bend is going to do the trick, but try to keep the hips on top of your heels so that you're still getting that ankle stretch. We're taking a couple of moments here. I do like to rock a bit side to side. If you want to explore, I always welcome the movement in the practice as long as you're aware of the movement. And we're simply flipping the palms to face the ceiling. Tops of the hands are down, the fingertips are facing back. You can bend and straighten your elbows here. You can create fists with your hands, wiggle your fingers. Lots of options for you. You can do all of the above. You can do none of the above. Doesn't matter. Again, you're always listening to yourself. Things that I'm saying here are merely suggestions. You're the only one who can feel what's happening in your body today. The next inhale is going to lift you out of it. Shake out the wrists. Then bring the hands by your sides, tuck the toes under, lift up, coming into standing forward fold, back of the mat. You can bend and straighten your legs here a couple of times, getting into your hamstring. And then we're finding stillness with the legs. The hands are going to come behind the head and slowly roll yourself all the way up to standing. Vertebra by vertebra, your head is going to come up the last. Your hands are the weight, the reminder of that. And once you get to the top, you're going to release the arms by your sides and close your eyes to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Check in with yourself. The body, the breath, the mind, the intention, you know exactly what to do. And from here with me, inhale, reach the arms up. Right and grabs the left wrist, put up, lean over to the right, look up to the ceiling. And then inhale, lift to back. Switch the grip and go over to the other side. Look up again. Good. Inhale, back. Exhale, hands behind the tailbone. Clasp the hands together. Reach the knuckles down. Press the hips forward and the chest up. Now we're going to inhale, lift ourselves out of it. Bend the knees. Cascade your body over your thighs. Let that one fist you created fall over your head. And we're going to bend the right knee. Once you bend the right knee, the right shoulder will come a bit closer to it. But the actual movement you're doing is just bending the knee. The rest is happening automatically. You'll feel a bit highlighted stretch on the left side. That's what we're looking for. And then other side, straighten the right leg and bend the left knee. Same exact thing. You're just looking the other way. Again, the rest of the movement is happening automatically. The only thing you're doing is bending the left knee. The left shoulder, maybe one of these days will touch that left knee. You're not trying for it. It's going to happen, I promise. Back to center. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, drop the hands down underneath the shoulders and shake it out. Let it go. And from your hands, coming to your shins, blocks or floor. Inhale, half of it. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Pull the chest in closer to your thighs. We'll do this again. Inhale, half of it. And exhale, down. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, walk the hands forward, coming into your high plank pose with the shoulders over the wrist, the heels on top of your toes, activating the core, pushing away from the ground. Make sure it's a nice long plank. The heels are on top of your toes, so important. And we're getting ready to go into our Vinyasa together. With me, inhale, push the shoulders over the fingertips. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in, hold it. Inhale, upward facing dog, open up the heart. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. We're going to push the hips back and up. Take a few moments here if you want to bend and straighten the legs. Not stopping you. Go for it. And we're going to go to the right side from here. With your next inhale, the right leg is going to go all the way up to the ceiling. Again, any movements, explore this a little bit. Circle out the hip flexor, bend and straighten the leg. Circle out your ankle. You know what to do here. And we're going to inhale it, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. Open up the hip on the toes. Exhale, the right knee's coming in and up. You're going to touch your nose here as much as you can. Inhale, open up again, send the right leg back up to the ceiling. Exhale, you're going to squeeze the right knee to the right triceps as much as you can. I never joke about that part, so actually touch the triceps. And then with a lot of control, step the right foot outside the right hand. We're coming into lizard lunge. Heel to the right foot in a little bit closer. We're keeping it active today. The left knee stays lifted, left hand stays down, right arm reaches up. Simple twist, nothing crazy. You're going to push down to lift a little bit higher. Keep squeezing the right knee in towards the midline. Don't let it flare out. And then together we're going to drop to the outer blade of the back foot. And then bring the right toes to face the right side of the room. Let's take a deep inhale here. Exhale, the hips go nice and low. You're starting to feel your right outer glute. At least that's the intention. And then inhale, lift back up. Start straightening the right leg. This is your right T-bend. Say hello. We'll do this 2 more times. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift back up. Again, try to straighten the right leg as much as possible. And then one last time. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift back up. Good. With a lot of control, as graceful as possible, step your right foot on top of the left, coming into your side body plank. You're going to push into the bottom hand and reach the right arm up. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to back bend, you're going to step the right foot behind you and lift the hips nice and high. Reach the right hand towards the front of the room. Open up the heart a little bit more. Good. And we're meeting in the side plank anyway. So if you stayed there, you're still there. I'm meeting you right here, right foot on top of your left. Deep inhale. Exhale, right hand goes down to the floor, regular plank. Take a moment. One more vinyasa with me. Inhale, push the shoulders forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. And we're going to have to match the sides. If you want to bend and straighten the legs, by all means, go for it. Good. And with your next inhale, the left leg is going to go up to the ceiling. Same thing, any movements, whatever you want to do. Circle out the hip flexor, go for it. Circle out the ankle, I'm not going to stop you. Maybe you want to bend and straighten the legs, or maybe all of the above. And with your next inhale, you're going to straighten the left leg all the way up to the ceiling. Open up the hip on the toes. Exhale, squeeze the left knee in and up. Touch your nose here as much as you can. Inhale, open up again, send the left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, you're going to squeeze your left knee to touch the left triceps. Hold it here. Remember, no jokes. You're stepping the left foot outside the left hand as carefully as possible. Heel to the left foot in a little closer. We don't need super wide stance here, but we're keeping it in the lizard lunge. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. Simple twist. You're going to push down to lift a little bit higher. Keep the back leg as strong as possible. Good. We're squeezing the left knee in towards the midline for now. Just another moment. And then with me, drop to the outer blade of the back foot first. And then bring the left toes to face the left side of the room. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, you're lowering down as low as you can, starting to feel your left outer glute. And then inhale, lift back up and start straightening the left leg. That's your right T-bend. 2 more times just like this. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, you're going to lift back up. Last one. Exhale, lower and down. Inhale, you're lifting back up. And then as graceful as possible, you're going to step your left foot on top of the right, coming into your side plank. Remember, you can stay here or you can go into a back bend step and the left foot behind you. This is up to you. If you're doing the back bend, you're going to push into the bottom foot, into the right foot, and send the left and a little bit further forward. Another breath here. Good. And we're meeting in the side plank. The left foot goes on top of the right. Another deep inhale. Exhale, the left hand goes down to the floor. One more vinyasa. Take a moment before we do it. Inhale, push the shoulders forward. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows framing the rib cage. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take a few moments. You can bend and straighten your legs if you want. Good. And this from this downward facing dog, simply going down to the floor. Bend your knees and lower them slowly down to the mat. You're going to send the hips back on top of your heels. Finishing the practice exactly how we started in this beautiful child's pose. And if you want to stay or longer, stay. If you want to go into your shavasana and you feel that that's been enough for you, this is an option. If this was a warm-up before your workout, then have an amazing workout after this. Whatever you decide for yourself, thank you so much, Yogi, for practicing with me, for going through this flow with me. Hope you enjoyed it. From my heart to yours, namaste.